This weekend post, another unscripted, uncut live edit. Hi everyone, I'm Scott Davenport. Welcome to In Post. Doing another live edit today. I had a lot of fun doing the last one. I want to do another one as well, and I was eager to get started to work on this photo from Cuyamaca. So I figured why not just record it as I do it, and we'll see how it comes out. So we're going to dive straight in today. Here is the photo I'm going to be working on today, and did some compositional tweaks. I recall that was in the field video, making sure I got some separation there, the pier from the background. So let's just get in here with Lightroom and start working on this stuff. I can already see some things in the grass that I'm going to want to clear away. Let's do real fundamentals here. All right, lens corrections are already on, and Lightroom, I will never understand why you turn it on for me automatically sometimes, and other times you don't. Let's bring up our spot removal Q key and A key. I'm going to have a couple of little birds or stars or things out there. Let's see, what's that one? That could be construed as a spot. And then this is just a streak in the water. We'll leave that there as is for now. And this was right after I had my sensor cleaned. So things are looking pretty good. That's nice. I'll revisit those ones in the dark areas once I've got some of the basics done. We can see those a little better. So basic adjustments, let's take a peek at what auto's doing. I guess it's going to warm it up a little bit. And I'm gonna keep that. It's really not going to make too much of a difference. This was still early before the sun had come up. Exposure wise, we are shy there on the exposure. Let's creep that up maybe a quarter, and then we'll work with highlights and shadows to get that where it needs to be. Actually, before I do that, let's get the white point set, because we're going to have to inch that histogram over just a little bit. Okay, watch the hillsides there, back that off. Shadows are pretty good. I'm going to leave that right as is. There's a deep shadow right there in that pier, and that's fine for pure black. Open up, let's see, contrast, and we'll open up some shadows. Okay, that's pretty nice. This was a nice morning. Everything very calm. Very relaxing. Back the highlights off. I like that there's the glow coming over the hill there. Okay, now let's zoom in here and take care of some of these things and see how well the healing tool does with some of this. One thing was it might have been a piece of trash, unfortunately, but some of the other stuff is just fuzzy bits of the plant life around there that gets caught up in these things. And okay, it's there. It's your domain, but it's just not very photographic or photogenic, I should say. So how does that look? Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, so let's zoom back out and close out that tool. Okay, moving back to basic panel, we get clarity. We're going to add in. That's looking nice, and let's get vibrance going. I really want those blues to come out. And I do want to get more of that like orangey purple happening there. Let's go into HSL for that. Saturation, little pointer, and let's hover over the purples. Click and drag that up. That's going to affect the blues some as well. So I guess I got to be a little easy on that. Now what about over here? This would be yellow-orange. Oh, it's still picking that up as blue. Interesting. All right, let's see. Moving back to the basic panel, I still feel like I want to open this up a little bit more. Maybe a little bit of exposure. And what I'll do is I'll do some exposure here and then grab a gradient and tug down that exposure on the sky. That's probably too much. Let's just position it, rotate it a bit, maybe nudge that back up a little. All right. This is coming together really simply, quite honestly. It's nice when the scene's clean and there isn't too much you need to do. Let's see about enriching some of the greens. Inch the greens up, and we'll take the hue of yellow and shift that a little bit toward green. And maybe even open up the luminance on the greens as well. Cool. Last bit I'm thinking about is a little experiment with this kind of sun glow here, using a radial filter. So let's add a little warmth with the radial filter. Kind of shape it around like so. And then I'll need to invert that since right now it's not applying inside there. Okay. Not sure if that's really helping me too much. You know, a little bit. Let's increase that, but maybe also add a little bit of morning purpley tint. That's starting to look better. That's starting to get there. Stretch it out some more. The feather's nice and healthy. Let's see before and after on that. Before and after. Yeah, you know, I like that. I think I'm going to keep that. It lends itself a little bit to the morning glow coming in from over here. And I don't even think I'm going to. Well, am I not going to vignette this one? Let's try. Don't know if I really need it. Well, highlight priority. Let's just go ahead and put that on there. Get the feather down. I want the midpoint to be out much farther. I don't want much of a vignette at all. Okay, return the feather to what it should normally be, and then inch that brightness back up. Oh boy, that's really subtle. Before, after. You know, it's not even worth it. Let's just do a option, reset. I don't think I need it. This scene is kind of naturally vignetted as it is. What I think I will do is one last bit with the brush is adding in some clarity right through the pier, and just to bring that out as an accentuated subject. And I'm being pretty darn sloppy with the brushing here, but I think that's going to be okay because most of what's behind the pier is very uniform. It's just the very calm lake there. And so even if I'm accentuating it, it's not going to make much of a difference as far as the water's concerned. But that clarity, that's popping up a little nicely. Yeah, let's go ahead and nudge that up a little more. Maybe even add a little bit of sharpness to it. All right, so at the end, what did we end up with? We had before and after. Yeah, I like that one. I think we're going to call it good. So tip of the week, I think it's that radial filter and adding a little warmth and tint to add a little accentuation to where the sun was coming up in the scene. You know, the sun was still off camera, but it was clear where it was coming in. And that bit of warmth and that bit of tint, it gave a little extra kick to the clouds in particular, a little more of a yellowish tone to where the sun was coming up. I thought that was a nice accent on this photo. That will do it for this week's In Post. I hope you have enjoyed it, and if you did, please let me know somehow. Comments on the video below are great. Contact me through my website if you've got photo questions. I'd love to hear from you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, I'd appreciate it if you did, or at least consider it, think about it. And until next time, my name is Scott Davenport, and happy shooting. From Cuyamaca, the lake outside lake. I sound like Porky Pig. And that is it for this week in the field. I hope you have enjoyed it. In the field. No, wait, this is in post. This is what happens when you try to record so many things at once.